guys, in this video, what I'm going to go over is your ability to recover more quickly and efficiently just by breathing. So if you're doing a sprint or you have a hard shift, a lot of players, what they'll do is they'll have that hard shift and then they'll just breathe through their mouth the whole time they're recovering. And it'll look something like this. They do that hard shift, or they do a hard sprint or something hard on the bike, which I'm going to do in a second, and then they're breathing. And you can pick these players out and they'll do that the whole time. What I teach my athletes to do is to gear down their breath. So yes, you might have to breathe through your mouth initially to blow off that CO2, but we want to gear down. You want to maybe do 3 to 5 breaths through your mouth, and then you want to move to a nice strong nasal inhale and then maybe blowing off through your mouth. Eventually we want to get to the point where we're relaxed and breathing through our nose the whole time, nice and calm and relaxed. And what that's going to do is, one, within our training, it's going to help us become more efficient. We're going to be able to tolerate more CO2. CO2 is very important in terms of our blood releasing oxygen into our cells. It's a very important chemical. If we're always blowing it off, we're always blowing off too much CO2. So within our training, we want to stay nasal breathing as much as we can. That's going to build up our CO2 tolerance so that when we get into our performance, we can go 100%, and then we can then practice our breathing and our recovery when we are recovering. But the best athletes in the world, you'll watch them go, and then you might see them do a couple strong exhales, but then they're getting to that relaxed state. If it's a basketball player shooting a free throw, or if it's a soccer player who sprinted, or hockey players, we have that tough shift. We want to get to the bench and recover and breathe so that we can get back quickly and do another shift. So right now I'm going to do a mile on the bike. This is an assault bike, very tough to do. I'm going to push myself as hard as I can, but I'm going to try to stay nasal breathing as long as I can because this is my training. I'm training my body to tolerate CO2. I don't want to blow off all the CO2. So I'm going to stay nasal breathing as long as I can, and then at the very end when I'm done my sprint, I'm going to show you what it looks like to gear down your breath. So what I did there, as soon as I was done, I did my 5 strong inhale through the nose or through the mouth, and then a strong exhale through my mouth. So because of that sprint was so hard, I'm at that upper threshold where I had to go to my mouth. I did that 5 times. And then I went through a nice strong nasal inhale and then a strong mouth exhale. And then after that, I did 5 of those. I went to a strong nasal inhale and a relaxed nasal exhale. I did 5 of those, and then I went to a relaxed nasal inhale, nasal exhale. So instead of being stuck in that upper chest, all mouth breathing, I was able to gear myself down so that if I had to do that again, now I want to recover quickly. So if you have a heart rate monitor on, and if you did, you would see that recovery a lot quicker the closer you got to that resting state of that nasal inhale, nasal exhale. And that's what we want. We want to, within our training, try to keep our mouth closed as much as we can, because we're training our body and our system to be able to tolerate more CO2. If you can tolerate more CO2, then when we go to unleash within our performance, while I'm skating around the ice, whatever I'm doing, I'm not going to worry about how I'm breathing. But when I come to the bench, I'm going to take my breath training and get back to that nasal breathing in and out so that I can recover quicker. I'm ready for the coach, I'm ready for my team, I'm ready for myself. I can get back on the ice and do higher quality work compared to what I just did.